made this far in your English journey, you've definitely heard of the past simple tense. We form the past simple tense by taking the base verb and adding ed. For example, I walked to school. It shows that the action was done in the past. The past continuous is very similar to the present continuous that we learned previously. It's an action that continuously goes on for an amount of time. In the past, we create this by using the helping verbs was and were plus a base verb with the ending ing. An example of this is I was walking to school. Notice the different endings, but in both sentences, we're talking about an action that was done in the past. We do this very often in everyday conversations. When we talk about speaking skills, we talk about talking with friends and colleagues. And one of the most common questions you're going to get is, what did you do today? Or what were you doing when Sally came to work in that crazy outfit? Learning the past simple and the past continuous will help you speak like a native speaker. The past simple comes in two different forms: the affirmative, or the positive form, and the negative form. The affirmative form is created by taking a subject, the past simple verb, and an object. For example, I cooked rice for my dog. It lets you know that the action's already taken place in the past by adding ed to the base verb cook. In the negative form, rather than changing the verb, we use the helping verbs did not. We take the subject plus did not plus the base verb plus the object. I did not cook rice for my dog. Conjunctions, the past simple. It's very easy. Regular verbs ending in a consonant, we just add ed, the verb plus ed. For example, walk plus ed creates walked. I walked to school this morning. Regular verbs ending in e, all we have to do is add the d. For example, hike plus d creates hiked. I hiked up the mountain this morning. It shows us that I have already hiked. The action is completed. Regular verbs ending in consonant, vowel, consonant, we have to double the last consonant. For example, the verb stop ends in p. P is the last consonant, so we must double it and then add ed to create the verb stopped. I stopped at the red light. It shows us that the action of stopping was done in the past. Okay, so it's not all so easy. We still have to learn the irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are verbs that don't follow these basic ed, d, and consonant ed endings. Irregular verbs have to be memorized one by one so that you know how to use them in fluent native speaking English. For example, go. The past simple of go is went, W-E-N-T. I went to school this morning. Notice how went shows that the action was done already in the past. Speaking skills unlock your abilities. So lots of people learn about grammar in school. We've all heard about the simple past. We've all heard about the past continuous. Well, how do we turn that into a speaking skill? We need to unlock our abilities. One great way to use these two tenses is in questions, asking and answering. Asking, we use did plus a subject plus a verb plus an object. Did he eat dinner? Did you go to work? See how easy that is and how many questions you can come up with? Did you, did he, did she eat dinner, lunch, breakfast? Go to work, go to school, go to the market. These are great questions that you're going to need in everyday speaking. So, having the skill to recognize the past simple, recognize how to ask in the past, you can now seek information from other natives by using this form: did, subject, verb, object. Now let's talk about answering in the past simple. We use the affirmative and the negative that we just learned. So easy. Just add the ed endings. I worked today. That means yes, I completed the action. I worked today. I did not work today means no, I did not complete the action. So, why do we want to learn grammar? So that we can speak fluently. What are we doing when we speak fluently with loved ones, with friends, with coworkers? Lots of the time, we're actually conducting interviews, or we're asking questions or answering questions. We're constantly interviewing one another. How was your day? How's work? Oh, are you happy with it? Hey, would you tell me how much money you make? So, how can we answer these questions? Well, we can use the simple past, the past simple, the past continuous to answer these questions, because most of the time the answer has to do with an experience that you've had in the past. So, let's use this skill. Past simple. What did you do today? I went to school. I talked a lot. I shopped at my favorite store. Okay, the past continuous. Remember the present continuous? Things that are happening right now, where you use a subject, is, are, a verb plus ing. I am running. I am working. Super easy. We all remember how to do that. Well, now let's talk about the past. All we do is we switch out is, and are for was and were. He was walking to school. We also have the negative. He was not walking to school. They were not climbing yesterday. Okay, so same thing as the past simple. We can ask questions. Here's the form. What plus was, were, plus subject, plus base verb, plus ing. What were you doing this morning? What was he doing last night? In answering the questions, we can come in the affirmative or the negative. I was working. I was not working. Speaking skills, past simple plus the past continuous. Okay, so the past continuous talks about a verb that happened over a point of time. Then we talk about the past simple. That talks about an action that was completed in the past. By combining these two tenses in one sentence, we can give more specific details about an event that took place. Notice how walking happened over a continuous period of time, but the call happened at a specific time. So I was walking when you called. We connect the past continuous with the past simple to show exactly when she called and create a better sentence, more information, more detail. We understand. We have a picture in our head of somebody walking and the phone ringing. Adding details is one of the best things you can do when speaking in the workplace and with friends and family. Present simple plus when plus present continuous. You called me when I was walking. Present continuous plus when plus present simple. I was walking when you called me. Notice how we can interchange where the present simple and the present continuous are arranged. Questions, affirmative and negative. Where were you working when I called? I was working when you called. I was not working when you called. I was eating my lunch when you called. Notice how we're able to take an easy grammar lesson and unlock an amazing amount of possibilities for speaking. Now we can talk in the past, which means we can tell a story, which means we can sell a product, we can tell about an adventure we had, we can make a new friend. So now think about how you can tell a story using just past simple and past continuous. I was working when I fell down some stairs. I got hurt when I was working. Notice how I can tell something important about me in the past. Such great information to share with some new friends and keep the conversation flowing. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next one.